So sometime this summer, I don't exactly remember when it was, I heard of an instance of there was an officer involved shooting, right?
Right.
And the very first thing I did, I had never spoken with a district attorney. I'd never met him, but I pulled up on him. I literally went to the office and I said, I need to talk with the district attorney because we had this problem where a black man shot a white officer, and the person who shot had been basically roaming around in a different state for 3 days with bullet wounds, probably in fear of their safety. And what we had happening locally, this was prior to Jacob Blake, is we had the news media outlets vilifying this man and praising the officer without any type of investigation or press release or whatsoever. And so I pulled up on the district attorney, and to my surprise, I had a conversation with him where I recorded, I don't know how long it was, but it was a long conversation where he described what happened in the dash cam footage. And so that is where my conversations with the district attorney started. And that's basically,
Which shooting you talking about? Keegan?
no, Macy
Macy. When was this?
in the summer before Jacob Blake.
Oh.
It's all blurring together.
Oh wow. Okay.
Okay. So the exchanges that we had were always via text message. I've actually published all of those text messages. And the sole purpose of those messages were to apply pressure. So you can take that and you can twist it however you want, right? You can say, why is she even talking with a district attorney? Why did she even talk with a district attorney? Why is she applying pressure? Because on the other side of the spectrum, people think that the district attorney is breaking rules by speaking to somebody in my position in the community. And some of those messages happened late. This was a conversation that I had with the district attorney because I thought that I could put pressure. But what I've since learned is that I was very dumb and naive, and it doesn't matter what I say or what I do. There's no such thing as really putting pressure. Because the district attorney in time so far has failed consistently to act in a timely and efficient manner. That I'm not working for the police. I'm not like the police's little side piece or informant or whatever the hell you want to call it. I'm definitely not sleeping with the district attorney. Because
So what I was, what I think I was surprised about, and a lot of other people were just surprised, is that the DA would take the time to talk to you. Like no one can get a hold of this guy. There's
well,
people
so
who file, these police reports and everything, and he would never get talk to them. So people were wondering, why is he paying so much attention to you and getting back to you, when he will basically ignore everybody else.
So that's just part of who I am. So I have a demonstrated history of being able to have hard conversations with individuals that other people would just refuse to talk to. And I didn't exactly, I guess, give him a choice to not engage with me because I pulled up on him. And since then, there's been other legislators, and city officials that I've also pulled up on. I basically show up and I sit down and I say, I'm here for our meeting. And they're like, what meeting? And I'm like, the meeting that we're going to have when you're done with this meeting. And that's just something that I do. So that's not out of the ordinary for me.
You're saying you just have a skill of communicating with people and getting their attention.
Possibly.
Because, I think a lot of people, when I read comments underneath the articles, a lot of people are just like, why is he listening to her? What degree does she have? So they were just confused in that relationship with you and him. And
I wonder if it has to do too, because what a lot of people don't see unless they're from Kenosha is some of the other work that I've done behind the scenes. So I'm not proud of it, but I have used bullying tactics. That's what I call it. And so we had this incident where we had somebody who was trying to run General Assembly that was a staunch Republican but tried to hide the fact that they were a staunch Republican. And I made it my personal mission to avoid her ending up in office. And that called on me to do some nasty things. I got really frustrated the other day. And I asked for a few of my core individuals to speak on behalf of my credibility because I literally had received the very last question about whether or not I'm sleeping with a district attorney. And I was fed up.
And I know you had your inbox was kind of getting flooded with these hate messages, right?
Yeah, or articles about me, or like if you're an alcoholic, why are you speaking at school board meetings? Like, I've received death threats to be having inappropriate relations with the district attorney. Now, if you're not from Kenosha, I imagine you don't know who that district attorney is. But if you take one look at him, it's just disgusting. Okay, seriously.
Well,
he's got to be like.
From what I hear, he's quite the player. So.
What? You said no swearing, but I'm not having inappropriate relations with the DA. In the same way that people see a message from me and they're just like, oh no, she's working with the cops. She's having inappropriate relations with the DA.